So, I was asked recently about choosing between the Endorphin Pro 4 and the Cielo X1 for running a marathon. And the person said they're not a particularly fast runner, just wanted something to get them through the marathon. And it struck me as quite an interesting question actually, because when I thought about answering it, it wasn't straightforward. I mean, as much as I love the Cielo, there are reasons why you might not pick it. I've got them on at the moment actually, and it's reminding me what a nice feeling shoe they are, but they're not for everyone. So I guess if you're somebody who's thinking of picking a marathon shoe, who sees themselves as a kind of, I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but mid-pack kind of runner, somebody who's going to be running around sort of sub 5 hours, 4 hours, even up to 3 hours 30, let's say. The Pro 4 Saucony Endorphin Pro 4 and the Cielo X1, it would be good picks for that kind of pace, but in very different ways. So here's a kind of summary of my thoughts. So with the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4, you've got a very traditional ride. It feels normal. I find it on the firmer side. I know others don't, but I do. And I find it a stable shoe, but it's quite a narrow shoe. It does have it flares at the heel. So if you're a heel striker, I think you get quite a bit of stability with that shoe. It's got a fabulous upper, probably the best going in terms of race uppers. And it's a shoe that there aren't going to be many surprises with. It's going to do the job. But it's also a shoe that, even though it's got a plate, you're going to feel in control of it. It's not a ridiculous rocker or anything like that. It's nothing like the Endorphin Elite, which has got that amazingly steep rocker that throws you forward. It's almost flat. I feel it like when you land, it almost feels flat compared to the Endorphin Elite. So that's the Pro 4. The Cielo is a very different kind of ride. It's fun, it's bouncy. There's a bump in the midfoot. It can take a bit of time to get used to it. If you think of like them as horses, your Pro 4 would be your speedy farm horse, quickest horse in the farm, and Cielo would be your up and coming stallion, not quite the quickest horse around, but potentially could be one day. And it's a wild, but needs taming. It's a bit wild, and that's the Cielo. It's a comfortable shoe. It's a very wild initial first week with it, where you get used to the bounce. But once you do, and the fact it's got a carbon plate, wing plate, that holds your foot centered and make sure the foam doesn't bounce too erratically, it's actually quite a stable ride. I've used it on trail runs and all sorts, and it's the risk reward is greater with the Cielo. I think it's possibly one of the most fun shoes I've ever run in. So my pick would be the Cielo, but I like that kind of fun, bouncier, comfortable option instead of the kind of firmer, more traditional running shoe that the Endorphin Pro is, which feels like you're in control, whereas the Cielo is very much a toss-up. You need to tame the Cielo. So I hope that makes sense. They're my thoughts. I would pick the Cielo, but there's no reason why the Endorphin Pro 4 wouldn't be a good pick as well. I think both are great shoes and both will do the job. Anyway, see you later. Oh, God. Every step counts. That one nearly did.